BTS absolutely crushed it this weekend at the BILLBOARD Music Awards, winning top social artist. And then there has been so much going on in the K-pop world since.
Understatement.
I can't keep up with Twitter. I also noticed a lot of other things going on in K-pop, like Sistar breaking up, but we gotta sit here and talk about BTS first.
Well, and I think it's actually kind of appropriate to talk about BTS in light of everything else that's going on, because it is pop music. It's Korean pop music, and popular culture goes so quickly, and so many things happen at such a fast pace. And yes, you do have this cycle of K-pop, whereas Sistar, for example, is an older idol group and now they're separating, and you have other groups like GOT7 and 17 who immediately, a day after BTS wins at the BBMAs, immediately drop music videos the day after, because it is such high stakes, intense competition in the world of K-pop.
And on top of all of that, I feel like there's been so many videos on YouTube published about BTS at the BILLBOARD Music Awards. People's reaction, people going to the BILLBOARD, the V-Live app that BTS is on. I was just watching that when they spilled Coke on Jimin's $3,000 blazer. And we have not given our reaction to this, and I want to make a comprehensive video of what we both feel about BTS moving forward, because I feel like they opened up a really large door into the future, and there's so many ways that they could go in terms of pursuing what they want to do, because they can do anything they want now.
Yes, there's a lot of opportunities that are open for them.
By the way, last night this sort of started because during your stream at the very end, I crashed it. We just started talking K-pop, and there were still over 100 people watching you. They were chatting up a storm, and we were all having a conversation. It just got me thinking, man, BTS has got a lot of opportunity here. I definitely think, and I did interview Rap Monster, all of BTS members, Rap Monster being the spokesperson for BTS, he's the one who speaks English the best, about possibly performing next year. What's the future for them with BILLBOARD? He talked about them performing. I think it's a lock that they perform at the 2018 BILLBOARD Music Awards, whether they're nominated or not. I think they'll be performing for sure.
I don't know if they'll be performing for sure. I don't want to say that they will definitely do so.
BILLBOARD would be ridiculously bananas not to invite them back with all the social media following that they have.
I think it would be a very smart choice for BILLBOARD to do so, especially considering if, which I think it's a big, like, stupid if for me even saying if, but if their social media presence continues on like it is, they should definitely perform next year.
That's up to you guys. What about new music? More new music coming out this year, new albums?
Oh, for sure. I definitely see another album. I mean, if they are smart, if BTS is smart, and I think they are, because they have a very well-run organization that thinks very big and thinks ahead, I think that they're probably, especially Rap Monster, is in his hotel room writing lyrics about how happy he is at this very moment, how he's touched by this. And I think that there's going to be an album coming out later on this year about just how thrilled they are, how they're flying, and a thankful album to their fans. I think that this is going to be a thank you fans album, because look where they have gotten. They have set records in K-pop and records in music in general because of their fans.
They've accomplished so much this year, and it isn't even the halfway point. I mean, we are still in May. They've already been to South America. They've done a North American tour. I know they didn't stop at 20, 30 cities. They only did a few cities per country. 2018, do they go to Europe?
I see it happening.
Yeah, where are they gonna go? I say London, Paris, Rome, and Berlin. See, if they do Berlin, they can get people from Poland, Czech Republic, Austria. I mean, these are still far distances to travel, but I don't think BTS sees the large picture with Europe. I think they see it as very expensive accommodations, expensive travel. K-pop concerts are huge. They're larger than life, and it's probably more expensive to do it in Europe than it is in America. I think Americans are more frivolous with their money, which is why they come here first instead of going to Europe. Sorry, Americans, but it's true.
Well, and they definitely are coming to the US a lot more because of the different restrictions that China has placed upon K-pop music and K-pop concerts.
That doesn't explain Europe, though. They should go to Europe, and I think they're gonna do Europe. I think Europeans have been craving this for far too long, and BTS can have their own concerts. You don't need to have a K-Con or anything else like that. you can just do BTS concert. I think people will flock. You have some specific things listed here for each of the members' long-term future. You want to chat about that?
Well, in the world of K-pop, it's short-lived, as I said. There's a certain, I don't want to say it's short-lived, but it is. It's popular culture, and so there's a certain time frame that in order to make money, and in order to have a future long-term beyond your K-pop popularity, you gotta invest your money, and you gotta invest in businesses and startups and things like entertainment and food and other things that are going to sustain you long-term beyond your looks.
Who do you think has the best chance at having a solo career after BTS's, say, 10-year model?
Definitely Rap Monster, though Suga is also up there. I think Suga has a lot of talent in rap, and he's already put himself out there with Agasti, and people really love that album, myself included. So I think that those two have very successful careers. I also see Rap Monster with G-Dragon becoming like the new level of music producers and writers and music influencers. Like, you have JYP now being such a music influencer. I see the next generation of that being people like G-Dragon and Rap Monster that are just totally designing and transforming what the next future of K-pop looks like.
You're giving me tingles. I'm serious.
I see Jin, because he loves cooking, opening up a restaurant or a cafe, and he's also very mature, so that seems like a very mature thing to do.
It also seems natural that V, Taehyung, will probably be the one that has the most successful career in acting.
Because he's already started down that path of acting, and people loved him in Hwarang, and he's got such talent and such a face that I think that he has a very successful acting career. Once you start getting into the door of Korean dramas, if you're actually good and you start making waves as a behind-the-scenes member or a smaller supporting cast member, you start getting better roles, and eventually you end up getting lead roles. And I see him in the next year or two definitely getting the lead roles, especially if BTS can find the time to allow him to do so and not just book his schedule solid with touring and things like that.
You do have to pay your dues with acting, especially in Korean dramas. You have dance studio for Jimin, which I totally agree with, but you have variety show career for J-Hope. I think that's very interesting.
Well, because J-Hope has such a, I don't know, such a vibrant personality, and he's just, like, he's always smiling, and he's always just, it draws you to it. And I don't see him, like, I could see him doing an acting career as well. I could also see him doing a dance studio, but I think he's got such a personable personality that I think that he could really do well in variety and reality.
We were commenting last night how he really is his own person, and he is quite different from the rest of them. He was the only one not wearing shiny black shoes on the magenta carpet. He had on whatever, alligator skin, I don't know what it was. It was something shiny silver.
Yeah.
And he's just being himself. I like it.
Well, yeah, he tends to break that wall, that fourth dimension wall that you see, because usually whenever you see the television, like, everything's very strict and very precise and proper, and he'll just start cracking up in the midst of that properness. So I think that he would be really great on variety. I would love to see him in a variety show. Jimin, I think that he's got the dancing skills, and he's also got the drive to open up a dance studio. And lastly, Jungkook, I see him creating his own, like, shoe line or starting a very successful modeling career, especially because he's the youngest member.
He's got the least to worry about because he's the youngest.
So he's
at least for the long term.
Yeah, he's got time to go and build this up. I could also see him doing variety or acting, but definitely I see him doing a lot of modeling because he has the face, and he's also very young.
He's got the face. That's the face I want. Comments, you guys, if you agree with anything we said, or if you have your own ideas on what you think is going to happen 5-10 years down the road with BTS members.
I think the other elephant in the room that we're not talking about is the whole military aspect, because within 3 years, some of them are going to have to start going into the military, and I think the new president is actually trying to eliminate the mandatory military service, so that could actually affect K-pop a lot.
I want to draw your attention very briefly to That painting, which was painted last evening, right there. Very pretty. Do you have a name for it yet?
I don't have a name for it yet.
It's another BTS painting. Click the like button, you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us here at Hallyu Back. Click the bell for notifications. Check out the link to K-Gal. And don't forget to subscribe for more Hallyu Back news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.